So the new Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card was refreshed recently with a new limited time elevated sign-up bonus offer, revamped credits, new design, and other upgraded benefits. Personally, I was on the fence on getting this card when it first came out since I wasn't sure if it fit in my overall credit card portfolio. But when I looked closer at my travel habits, I realized that I could actually get some pretty good value from this card, so I decided to go for it. In this video, I'm going to go over why I decided to get this card, how this card will cause problems with my overall credit card strategy, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply for this card. So the first reason I'll mention about why I got this card is that I really like the new design. I'm a big fan of the M logo, which is probably best shown when you open up your Marriott app on your phone, where the orange dot just so gracefully draws out the logo on your screen and welcomes you to the home screen of the app. I'll also say that I looked at the designs of the credit cards I opened over the past year, and there's a striking theme about the specific look about these credit cards that's pretty hard to overlook. The card didn't just get a new look though. It came with a host of other upgrades, with the most striking to me being the sign-up bonus of 150,000 Marriott Bonvoy points after spending $5,000 in purchases within the first 3 months. That sign-up bonus is double what it used to be, and I'm sure this will be the highest sign-up bonus offer on this card for a while. I know that the bonus will be available at least until the end of the year, but I took a look at my budget and noticed that there were a few expenses coming up. And with the holidays also fast approaching, I calculated that I could certainly meet this minimum sign-up bonus within the next 3 months. The next item I wanted to evaluate was, as this was a Marriott card, I wanted to look at my travel habits, specifically staying at Marriott properties. So, do I actually stay in Marriott hotels? And if I do, how often do I stay? How long do I stay? And would this card bring me value based on those numbers? So after doing that brief analysis, I think the best way to describe my personal Marriott history is that I stay in Marriott hotels not too much, not too little either, but just right to get the value from the Marriott Brilliant cards, specifically from the Platinum Elite status. When I go on personal vacations or on work trips, I typically stay in Marriott hotels. Marriott hotels have always just been the most convenient for me, and I think the main reason for this is that Marriott has the largest footprint with over 8,000 properties globally, and that's probably why there's always a property just where I want it to be. So looking at the numbers specifically, I've stayed a total of 5 times at Marriott hotels in 2022, so far totaling 13 nights, and I've stayed a total of 7 times at Marriott hotels in 2021, totaling 9 nights. Looking at this history, my average total annual stays at Marriott hotels are under 15 nights per year, which wouldn't even qualify me for Silver Elite status without a credit card. So, getting this card that can get me Platinum Elite status outright would be completely worth it to me. I also would get value from the 4 p.m. late checkout, in-hotel welcome gift, and lounge access offered by the Platinum Elite status also. Another reason that I decided to go for this card is that I've been wanting to get into higher tier hotel credit cards for a while. I was specifically looking at the Hilton Aspire card as my next pickup, but one thing that was holding me back was that I just don't stay at a lot of Hilton properties. I did the same exercise with Hilton hotel stays, and I stayed at a Hilton once for 5 nights total in 2021, and I haven't stayed in a Hilton hotel at all yet in 2022, so I wasn't sure if a Hilton credit card would be right for me, even though the Hilton Aspire card is a great card. I definitely want to jump on the AMEX Hilton cards at some point, but when this new Marriott card was updated, I took a look at both offerings and realized that the top tier Marriott card was the better offering for me. I also have the Chase Marriott Bold card, and I got this card more than 2 years ago, which basically makes me eligible for the Brilliant and Bevy cards, but ineligible for the Boundless or Bountiful cards, so that helped narrow down the decision for me as well. Besides the automatic Platinum Elite status, I definitely can make use of the new $300 dining statement credit, as well as the free night award every year to help offset the annual fee. As for the $100 statement credit at St. Regis or Ritz-Carlton, I don't normally stay at these properties, but I view this credit like I view the one offered by American Express's Fine Hotel and Resorts program. I also don't stay at AMEX FHR hotels often either, but when I do, having that $100 statement credit is pretty nice. So now that I've decided to get this card, I've run into a dilemma with my overall credit card strategy, and that problem is that I've pretty much maxed out my options for getting new credit cards for a while. For reasons I won't go into in this video, I only plan on sticking with the issuers I already have credit cards with, and those issuers are American Express, Bank of America, Barclays Bank, and Chase Bank. With this new AMEX Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, here's where I stand with each of those banks. For American Express, this will be my 5th credit card with them, and this is the maximum number of credit cards you can have with Amex. So if I want to apply for another personal or business credit card with American Express, I'm going to have to start making some decisions about my current AMEX credit cards so I can have slots open for other elevated sign-up bonuses when they come up. But I still have room with business charge cards though, like the Business Platinum and the Business Gold cards, which have a $15,000 and $10,000 minimum spend requirement respectively, so I can keep these cards on deck if I ever have a larger purchase coming up. For Bank of America, I'm currently okay to apply for new credit cards since I'm under their 712 rule, which states that if you have a bank account with Bank of America and you've opened 7 new cards in the past 12 months, your application will be denied. At this point with B of A, I'm currently sitting at 4 new personal cards in the past 12 months, so I'm good to apply for Bank of America cards, but at the moment there aren't any cards that I'm really interested in applying for. For Barclays Bank, there's a soft rule of 624, which may be used as a reason for a denial. I've considered the Wyndham Rewards Earner business card, but like Hilton, I don't really stay at any Wyndham hotels either, so this might not be the best card for me, although the status match opportunity with this card is pretty nice. And as for Chase Bank, this new AMEX Marriott card would put me at 724, putting me way over Chase's 524 rule, and I'll continue to be over 524 for another 11 months, so it looks like I won't be applying for any Chase cards anytime soon. And to be honest, I probably won't be applying for any more personal cards for a while after this one since I want to get under Chase's 524 rule, so their card products, both business and personal, will be accessible to me. Okay, so now that we've gone through my reasoning for getting this card, let's watch me apply. So here we are at the American Express homepage where we can see the newly refreshed Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card. So let's go ahead and click Apply Now. As I've already logged into my American Express account, it actually really simplifies the remainder of the application for you to only a couple of questions, which we'll go over in a moment. As always, the first thing I want to do is make sure on this application is that I have the right card and the right sign-up bonus offer, and we can see that I do with the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant American Express card offering 150,000 Marriott Bonvoy bonus points. And here at the bottom it says, earn 150,000 Marriott Bonvoy bonus points after you use your new card to make $5,000 in the purchases within the first 3 months of card membership. Right under here, you can see that this welcome offer is not available to applicants who have or have had this product, which is consistent with American Express's once-in-a-lifetime rule concerning sign-up bonuses. So just scrolling down a slight bit, you can see that there are only 4 things to fill out on this application since I'm already signed into my American Express account. Actually, you only need to fill out 1 field, and the other 3 are optional. The required field, of course, is your total annual income, and the other optional fields are your non-taxable income, total financial assets, and your Marriott Bonvoy number. Even though the Marriott Bonvoy number is optional, I highly recommend you put this in when you submit your application for simplicity, since if you don't, American Express will create a new Bonvoy account for you. There's actually a way to combine Bonvoy accounts after the fact, but to make things easier, just make sure to fill out this field so it links to your original Marriott Bonvoy account, even though it says that this field is optional. Okay, so I filled out the fields for my personal application, and so here we are at the bottom of the page where we will certify and submit our application. So here we go. Okay, so now we're at the authorized user page, which is always a good sign, since usually if you get to this page, you can be pretty confident that you'll be approved for the card. One thing I do want to point out about this page in particular is this part right here where you can get additional cards for no annual fee and you can add up to 4 card members. I don't plan on getting any authorized users with this particular card, so I'm just going to jump down to the bottom here where it says skip this step. All right, I've been approved. It says, Stanley, you've been approved. Your card is expected to arrive by Tuesday, September 27th, and I also have the option to get my card number now. Now, I don't really need to do this, but usually with Amex cards that give you the option, I like to get my card number now, since I'll also be able to see the PDF versions of my documents, which tell me the credit limit I've been approved for, as well as my credit score at the time of the application. So let's click the button here that says, Get my card number now. Okay, and here's a screenshot of my card number agreement and my FICO score. You can see up here that I was approved for a $27,400 credit limit, but just so you know, I did receive a notice from American Express that explained that they transferred about half of my existing credit limit from my Blue Cash Everyday card to this new card as I had reached the maximum amount of credit that Amex was able to issue to me. And you can see down here that my FICO score at the time of my application was 789 from Experian. So I am super excited to start using this card and getting some good value from it. Now, if you enjoyed this Watch Me Apply video, definitely check out this video here where I apply for the limited edition American Express Delta Reserve Card 747 edition.